Bob Fosse's All That Jazz is a semi-autobiographic, semi-fictitious glance into Fosse's own sense of excess, booze, women and drugs. Roy Scheider plays Joe Gideon brilliantly, a choreographer and director taking on more than he can chew by directing and choreographing a new Broadway musical while editing a multi-million-dollar budget film that's behind schedule. Joe Gideon is reflective of Bob Fosse's own personal lifestyle experiences, excessive drug use that affected his work, frequent promiscuous relationships with various women, a dysfunctional relationship with his own daughter who truly adores him. Joe Gideon serves as a self-reflective, revealing character, a platform to host and explore Bob Fosse's own concerns, insecurities, and failures as a legendary director, choreographer, father and romantic partner. Not unlike Federico Fellini's 8½, Fosse presents a narrative which illustrates the dangers of when excess overcomes productivity. All That Jazz veers towards the surreal during its most inventive sequences. Joe Gideon discusses significant turning points in his life with Jessica Lange as Angelique, an abstract character who, as the name suggests, is angelic in presence, shrouded in white, pure in demeanour. The implication is that Angelique is an angel, as she listens patiently to Joe Gideon speak. Her initial appearance may seem passive, doing little more than what is basically an interview with Bob Fosse, but Angelique plays a more poignant, tragic role during the film's climax. The film is, loosely, a musical. The dance sequences range from ominous and erotic to traditional and satirical. The musical sequences within All That Jazz are ambitious, not just in scale, but in creative direction. One musical sequence is provided when Joe Gideon pitches a performance for the Broadway show he is directing to his financiers and theatre company. The sequence seems like a standard showcase of traditional musical showmanship, but gradually devolves into ominous, highly sexualized physical performance. As the actors thrust, swoon and strip, it's provocative to the extent that the unanimous agreement is made behind Gideon's back that such a performance should not make it into the final show. Other musical segments are implemented in more abstract ways, from the intricacies of a theatre audition in the film's introduction to the memories of the women closest to him, singing and dancing to persuade Joe Gideon to change his excessive ways. All That Jazz is not unlike a cautionary tale, tackling too much professionally, delving into too many vices. Balancing so much stress can only end badly. For all the humour, spectacle and thrills that All That Jazz can offer, it is an immensely shocking and tragic film too, as a significant piece of the film's running time is spent focusing on Joe Gideon's downfall. As well-renowned, respected director and choreographer, the time is spent focusing on his increasing health struggles and the necessary difficulties in replacing Joe Gideon on each of his projects. All That Jazz is less rags to riches and more rags to riches to rags again. All That Jazz being a personal reflection of Bob Fosse's experiences and filled with speculations about the direction his life could have gone. While directing All That Jazz, he was clearly well aware of the dangers of the ways of living in excess. It's almost as if All That Jazz, not just a cautionary tale for any and every viewer, but also served as a self-appointed warning to Bob Fosse himself on the dangers of living in the fast lane. In conclusion, Bob Fosse's All That Jazz is a brilliant fusion of personal, semi-autobiographical drama and abstract musical. Not a musical in the traditional sense, despite its seemingly deceptive, more traditionally inspired musical sequences. The film delves into the dark depths of a waning career and life. It's a film filled with humour, charm and wit, an inspired love letter to the beauty of showmanship and Broadway, and yet it's also a very sincere warning: live fast, die young.